Let's get things going. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Friday. Usually this would be Slay the Spire time, but however, uh, we have a new Magic set that's come out on Arena this week, so we're going to get some more time in, more drafts in for Foundations. Uh, I am putting the hope out into the world to just play a pile of burn spells. There's a whole lot of them in this set, more so than like I expect to see in. I was gonna say modern Magic, but I actually mean more of like a long term, like modern, as in like maybe the last like decade rather than like few years. Uh, Good old burst lightning. I don't know how good burn is. There's way too much lifelink. Agreed. That's why I want to do it anyway. Like there's a whole pair of colors that are sitting around doing lifelink shenanigans or whatnot, and that's like not great, but you know, I'm sure there's no problems that'll come up around it. Anyway, let's jump on in. We've got Premier Draft. It is an idea I have that I'd like to see, not a thing that I'll end up forcing, but rather if we see the lines, I will take the lines. You know, watch for the rail transfers and whatnot. So far, the thing I've been seeing in these drafts is that I feel like a lot of the small interactive pieces go a lot later than I expect. Satan. Alright. Well, all that's out the window when you have something like Quilled Great Worm. Quilled Great Worm is a 6 mana 7/7 with trample. Pretty good. Um, it has the text that grants all of your team, when they deal damage on your turn, put that many 1/1 counters on them, assuming they survived. And can also be cast from the grave for 6+6 counters. So that's like way above the weight class of what I'm, looking at things on this. You can play it and it immediately does something on the turn. That's kind of its biggest thing, is you can go Great Worm, combat in, and its effect will go off for your other creatures. Obviously, that means it's a deck where we want like Llanowar Elves. Truffle Snout's a good one. Grow from the Ashes plays well with this. Stab is a very good card in this pack. Banishing Light is a very good card in this pack. But we'll start with the Worm, and we'll see where we go from there. Big? Yeah. Maybe too big, you know? How big? What is our deck? Big. We just play big. Opponents don't have removal that pairs up against big. It's fine. Now we got the Moon. We got Dragon Trainer. I think this card's really good at 5. Grow from the Ashes. Card I'm most. I think I'm gonna go with big because I think that's the idea of what the deck is gonna do is slam big things. The Grow obviously picks a little bit more. There was no way this will get baked into a pie. That Banishing Light, what's that card do? A 1/1? What's a 1/1? I don't know what that is. Well, we can bite. We got bodies that are able to bite. We got bodies that are able to bite at speed. This is combat damage. Okay. Other cards in here that have some heat to them. Eaten Alive, Ambush Wolf. Ambush Wolf's like fine. This card's like good. I want to. Basically, my idea here is to pick big green and then see what color comes as our secondary source to play with it. Green is kind of filtering out of these packs. We're getting one or two bodies at most. which is a little upsetting. Ambush Wolf and Meteor Golem. Banishing Light is fine. Um, Obviously, like this card gets like just gets things done. Runaway Together doesn't seem our speed. Meteor Golem is quite funny as a big play. Galton Pack 2. Perhaps I just want to cut off my color, though. That might be more... Like, I think I need to stake my claim and make sure that in Pack 2 that I'm in a good position, even if Ambush Wolf, I think, is weaker than this, weaker than some of the red. I'm going to take a card I'm not super keen on just because I want to stake the color out. I do like Beastkin Ranger. I think this card's good. For Fire Spitter Whelp is fine. This is one of the support cards for, like, playing burn-style stuff. Helpful Hunter is good at just keeping you going, keeping you playing. I don't like Courtyard. Witness Protection, we've seen a lot of power out of. You can put the Quake Strider Ceratops. This is legitimate business person. But I'm going to try and stake my claim. Well, staking my claim isn't working very well here. Alright. I see Heartfire Immolator. I like this card a lot. This is a really strong red creature. Good prowess body. Good effect. Works with some combat tricks like Bite Down. Luminous Rebuke is also really good here, but White's been a little... White's been good but thin. Okay, Gruul. We're seeing Black also being fine around here. Burglar Rat. This Soul Shackled Zombie is, like, pretty reasonable with it. Like, it has, like, drain removal and, not a great body. Removal from graveyard, not removal as in removal. Stab's still coming around. Okay, maybe I do want to keep an eye on Black. That's enough for me to, like... I think this card's, like, more powerful than tabling around. I'm not keen on Broken Wings or... Yeah, I'm fine on Firebrand. That card's fine. Goldvein Pick's also fine. I just don't know that our curve is currently low enough for us. This is our first pack back. The Llanowar Elves is gone. We've got the Grow. That's right, we could bulk up and double up on the Quake Strider Ceratops. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this Warden. This actually could work well with the Stab, make the Black a little bit more real. We're seeing we've got the power of Gruul on our side. I don't think that Crackling Cyclops is what we want. Alright, what the hell's this? Electro Duplicate. Create a token that's a copy of a creature control, haste, sack it, end of turn. Okay, this is like a one-shot Heat Shimmer, Kiki-Jiki sort of thing. A Braid is nice. Scourge is funny. Beastkin Ranger, I think, is fine, is good. Is Worm a legend? No, it is not. Worm is just a extant card. How good is this with, like... It's good with Worm, but Worm probably doesn't need help making it good. I think we need help getting to Worm. That's something like a Braid to keep us going. Elvish Archer. Overrun. Llanowar. Goodness! Please! Ugh. Yeah, and? Like, what do you want, bud? Okay, all these are really strong things. Overrun, you know, removes that problem from Quake Strider, and is Overrun. Elvish Archdruid is extremely strong. We have I think we've only got like one or two. We have two elves right now. These are all really good things. I feel like the ramp pieces are pretty important at the moment. Is that more important than Overrun proper? The card named Overrun proper? I feel like I'm gonna win more games with the card named Overrun proper than anything else. It's like Storm is a way to stay alive. This is a sweeper of pretty reasonable power, especially with a lot of late game bodies in this deck. Garrick Entrapment Trample would be another way of making this work out. I like this Treetop Snare Spinner. We got a piece of fixing down here, too. I'm not as huge on the fixing piece when we have stuff like Grow already. Even the power of a sweeper. Excuse? M21 Scoos. You know, that's fine. I'm absolutely here for having a Scavenging Ooze in the deck. That's a card that operates low. The Bite Down is nice. Infernal Vessel, Bake, another Meteor Golem. Raider is okay. Bolt Wave is not really what we're looking at. This is not a deck that's got the face burn. This is a deck that's here for the overrun. But the Cackling Prowler, Evolving Wilds ain't bad either, but Evolving Wilds ain't bad either. Okay, we're looking a lot better here. This is the Raider, Sword of Chaos. This is the one that does damage. I want some stuff down below so that I'm not dying on early turns. Also, wow! Not Gruul? Yeah, this pack is real. I'll take the Truffle over by down 3. I'll take 8. Ooh, I actually like Sure Strike a little more than Giant Growth. These are similar cards. Green, I think, is more our picture. This is cheaper. Goblin Surprise probably isn't in the deck, but that's okay. We get the Highlands. That's sweet. Ceratops, a double Crawlworm, illustrate how bad creatures were originally. I mean, it's like the Crawlworm hasn't been a playable card in Magic the Gathering for okay. Crawlworm isn't like a card that has been playable in. It's not even like a modern format sort of thing. Like it's a like 28 years sort of thing. All right, we got Great Worm 2. I'm sorry, Llanowar Elves, I do have to pass you up. That's sad to have to pass down. I like Mild-Mannered Librarian a lot as well. These also are like wildly good cards here. Gaikar and Lenda. Yeah, but sadly, like the thing that's sad about the Quake Strider Ceratops, I do kind of wish that this card cost 2 green, 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 so it was just exactly 2 combined. I think that would be cute. I don't know if that's necessarily like, you know, good or whatever, but I think it would be very cute. I want more Truffle Snouts. Do I want more High Omniscience? Trees. I like this Snare Spinner. I think this card's quite good. I think I'm fine on 3 drops, and I'll take a playable 4 that lives through our sweeper. Dragon Trainer looks a lot better now. I mean, it looked very good first time around, but now it's like this thing's just unblockable if you're thresholded. Yeah. But it's also more of a statement on, like, what, like, At what point does this creature, it could be an 8/8. The fact that it's like a 12/8 means that a lot of the time it's just not meaningful because it's being blocked by a 1/1. Firing a high Nighthawk. Love you, Nighthawk. This card is one that time has not forgotten. This card is goodness, like 15 years old at this point, and is still like, I'm super happy to be playing this in limited for a lot of reasons. Look at Dwynen's Elite. I don't know how many L's we actually have. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hmm. Yeah. How big of a you look? That's like that passage is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bricks tall. 12 power, easy. Yeah. It is not like Nighthawk in its format was a very strong card. Because original Zendikar both was a powerful format for black and aggressive decks. Another bite down, or just jerk. I will take bite down 3. This is our main way of interacting with the world. Hey, burst lightning, that kicks ass. This is a pretty light one for us. But yeah, Nighthawk, like that format was very aggressive. So having a creature that was, wow, this one's late. Obviously somebody's in blue white because we have that rare going around. They're gonna feel really nice with getting this. Bolt, Cackling Prowler, Giant Ambush Wolf. Sure. Okay, so this deck is missing. I'll take a copy of Thrill. This deck is missing the Llanowar Elves that I think we passed up Llanowar Elves a couple times. And most of them I feel it was correct. Even in the pack with the overrun, like, I'm not sure. I still probably take that Llanowar Elf over the Elvish Arc Druid. And then the others were, yeah, against the Worm, and it's like, okay. Yeah, like, it's a card that, like, we absolutely... The other card we didn't see, which is what I was kind of hoping for, was just Ruby. Being able to make a little bit more use out of this. Alright, so Burst Lightning in, Abrade in, Heartfire Immolator in, Slag Storm Dragon in. Let's get these bites in. Dwylen's Elite, Ranger, Truffle, Grow, Spider, Overrun, Get Big, Cackling Prowler X1, Jump Bite Down X3, and like Goblin or Cerberus. A little worried about our red being... Our red is, like, not a lot of cards in here. I don't think Courageous Goblin is the style of red card I want in this deck. I would rather have, like, Ambush Wolf or something like that. I want... The red is, like, removal, creature that is a removal piece, Slag Storm, and then Dragon Trainer. Not a lot of red in this deck. That's why I'm what's our creature count? 13. I do want that last card to be a creature then. Thrill's fine. Thrill's probably good as our last piece. I wouldn't feel bad about Thrill a possibility. Yeah, Slag Storm, I expect there's some games where it's just going to win. Like, there are a lot of, as we can see even here, 3, 4, 5. These all die to a Slag Storm. Obviously, this one has some trouble. Might survive a little more. wolf. I might get another creature in this last slot. Giant growth is also something that could fit in here too, but I'm okay with where we're at. All right, we got our one colorless land. We got rugged highlands. 2 grow from the ashes makes this deck feel a lot better on the like top end stuff. We got double triples here. Not sure exactly how this one feels, but I'm excited for big worms. I don't think we have enough ramp for doing what we're trying to do. I think that's this deck's biggest issue. Double red on Slag Storm. I'm gonna try this. This is a really awkward. I should have not kept this one. I like the land base here, but like Truffle Snout. Okay, that actually makes me feel a lot better about. Okay, Immolator. So that can break my bite down. That can break my double ox, thanks. Like, they might want to just choose to use it. Ooh, okay. Okay, well, that needs to go. That can't stick on the board, or else we're getting smoked. All right. Hot, eat the food. So they don't have Goblin Maker, which is nice. This thing's really powerful for just like free goblins forever. 4, it's not gonna be the support. It might be a flyer. Yeah. Okay. Eat the food now. I don't have any reason to sit on it. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Now we're in big, we're in a big enough, like, position here, where, like, any of our 6s we draw are obviously huge. We have our Overrun, which wants us to get a bit more of, a board presence right now. I wonder if, like, Dwylin's Elite would be a card that we could draw that would have a nice amount of power behind it. Like, if they have a removal spell in response, they could burn it, but... Alright, I am going to go in with 5 power like this. I know that they, like, the most likely play in my mind is the Doomblade, and, like, they can do that regardless of if I attack or not here. So I'd rather push the damage through and then let them end step, even if it's, like, a Resto or something. It's goblins. Okay. 15. We have 15 damage in play right now. I'll take it. Alright. Do you actually have that Doomblade? Or are we... Alright. So good news, opponent's at 2. Opponent's at 3. Uh-huh. Well... We get to use any of our many ways of killing our opponent, from Rogue's Passage to Burst Lightning to Slag Storm. Alright, burned to the ground indeed. Maybe the prophecy was there the whole time and we just didn't know it. Yeah, Slag Storm has 2 modes. 3 damage to each creature, 3 damage to each player. We take it too, but if you're casting this to hit a player, they're dying, right? Like you are never taking that action unless it's like, you know, lethal damage. Okay. Makes it a nice, like, modal spell. Like, it gives it a little bit more utility than the sweeper would normally have. We could have used it to just sweep our opponent's board in a similar manner there, but it'd be funny if I could overrun and then follow up the overrun with, Okay. This is fine. This is our deck. We don't do things... Like, I swear we have things to do early, we just don't. Most situations in Limited, if you're casting that spell, you're probably just winning on the spot, yeah. From either side. Slag Storm to kill your opponent's board, or... They have a Burst Lightning? Okay. They have a Burst Lightning. They're passing priority a bunch there, so... Luckily, Prowler's a nice card to play into it. Nice lands over there. Bushwhack, go grab 3rd color? Yeah, Bushwhack, go grab 3rd color. Alright. Well. Let's grow. Want that 3rd green. We can play Prowler next turn. Prowler is pretty safe to use with Bite Down, and we'll grow from it. So this is first strike on your turn, and creatures with 1/1 counters also have first strike. So first things first, they get us in combat. No blocks. Speaking of your end step, this has a kill. Now, do they have a 4th land? They do. They have a, again, thinking about, ooh, okay, all right. Well, that goblin again, here of all places. We're going to go ahead and see what combat looks like here. I'm most interested in this Dragon Trainer. More than the Bite Down here. I know that our opponent is getting some free 1/1s, but we're representing heavy movement. Also a 4/4 flyer demands probably the Burst Lightning out of them, if I was going to guess. We're not going to be blocking. We're going to be taking some damage. That's okay. I have to worry a little bit about the power of Burst Lightning. Okay, full-powered Burst Lightning. Alright, so they get their raid. This is awkward. Okay. Who do we want to kill here, then? Okay. We eat our 1/1 counter. We're up to... So we're up to 6 plus... We're up to 12 on board. That's not enough because they'll have a 1/1 goblin after this turn, regardless of what their hand looks like. No matter what, they'll always have a blocker. A little too heavy on our... Okay. Luckily for us, we have a little bit of time to find some solutions, it looks like. And perhaps Overrun might even be something we can push at our opponent to, like, force some terrible blocks. And then the Prowler gets bigger. It's turn 6. They have their own Dragon Trainer. That's bad. If we could sweep the board, that'd look nice. If we can Burst Lightning, is that enough to... Let's ask the question. Oh, what the hell? All right. That trades everything on their board for the Prowler, and we can't use Burst Lightning to save it here because there's still 8. Yeah, okay. I'll accept this. This kills everything but a Goblin token. It leaves us with a 1/1 against 2 1/1s. I think that's the reason. This makes sense to me. I understand why we're doing this. Because they... Like, look at the board now. Right? It's a 1/1 versus 2 1/1s. They have the advantage. Balancing if I wanted to kill that Dragon Tamer versus if I wanted to, leave it in play. We want to draw one of our big creatures at this stage. We want to... Well, that's not actually something I care about right now. I'm going to go ahead and... I know it sucks to have to do this, but... We're going to get in with some points. I don't like having to do that. We still have... Again, we have a lot of big draws. Opponent at 7 matters because both of our 7/7s become unblockable. You know, that's a possibility for our plays if we draw one of those. Okay. This is fine. It stuffs the 1/1s, the Gnarlid Colony. I don't like the fact that they still have a ton of cards in hand. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, I'd have to trade with one of the 1/1s. It doesn't change the clock, so they... maybe they are. Yeah, they should attack, because it... Like... I think their hand is still, like, a removal spell and a land at this stage is one of the problems. A little awkward. We're at 4. Okay. Well. That brings us to 1. Goes trample over, then 1. Any trick, any effect, anything. Yeah, there we go. They must have just drawn that. Dang. Just not enough bodies to keep things going there. We needed like one more to make it after that overrun. They did do the correct block on that, and we weren't able to take advantage of. And again, we have our top end is not as top as I would like. I don't think there's anything else we can add other than the Elfsworn Giant. Thinking a lot more about that Thrill, though, just as a way to get through, like, cards I don't care about. Go with that. I'd rather have the Thrill than, like, a kind of mediocre-ish creature in the Wolf so that we can get a little deeper. Well, bad news. That ain't it. Good news, this is fine. What am I throwing back? Overrun or Bite Down? Dwynen's Elite is like a bear here because it's early enough. The mountain. Throwing back the Overrun feels really wrong here, but I don't see, like, because we need to draw 2 lands plus bodies in a pretty successive manner. Is that better than just having the Bite Down? I'm gonna believe it is. We have more likelihood that we're gonna draw more Bite Downs. Uh-oh. We got the Beat Downs, not the Bite Downs. Gotta play that Immolator on 2. The Immolator on 2 makes the Skoos look good. So, okay. Well, you know, sometimes you just don't want to... This thing is, target creature can't block, is its activation. Okay. There's not a world in the universe where that gets used. Like, I don't think they block there in any world. So Heartfire Immolator, we have Skoos, but like, you know, Skoos is we don't have anything to remove. That's why I'm leaving up red in case they want to kill the Immolator. And sacking the Immolator to kill like Frenzied Goblin or some other, maybe a 2/2 flyer or something out of our opponent. Sure, that makes sense. So they drain us, they hit us for 3. Yep. Keep up the Immolator. Ha. Alright. Get this Prowler down. They missed the land drop? They missed the land drop. Okay, so we've got them in like a little bit of a mana crunch. We need to find a green source. This is a hyena, not an elf. Not an elf. We have some 3-drop elves we can draw in this deck to make Dwynen's Elite active. I ain't blocking. I mean, maybe they know I'm not blocking because they're going to Frenzy Goblin the whole thing and ward through it. That's a possibility, but I don't think that's worth the attack. I'm not blocking because there's too many, like, really common tricks even through our ward that work here. And it's only like, yeah, it's only like 2 damage. Like, Sure Strike and the Scam card both, like, win this fight. I'm not, for 1 point. Treetop Snare Spinner gives us something to do with our mana as we sit around here and wait. Heartfire Immolator can't go face. It's not Ember Hauler. It's Creature Planeswalker. We'll get Prowess if we get the overrun off. Prowler's also your end step, not both end steps, so harder for us to get going. We need that third green at some point also for, well, that's fine. I'm gonna take this 4. Want to draw the 3-drop elf that gets +1 when a creature comes in. That's not a bad draw either. I really wanted them to call there. That would have looked really nice for us. Instead, we are going to do this here. That gets us the Prowess trigger. We'll get them to 10, and then we'll get the Morbid counter. If we draw a green source, overrun kills. They've got their 4th land, so they're now active on doing some things here. Maybe they can ward, kill, get through the ward. Maybe they can make some 4-drops that matter. We've got some pretty good bodies, and we have the Immolator still. Ooh, that's on death? Yeah. So that's Blood Artiste. Alright, give me that green. Sweet. Let's go! Boom shakalaka. Alright. And that's Overrun. Thanks, Overrun. What a savior. I feel like the real winner in that game was opponent missing land 4 for 3 turns. But, you know, Overrun's good too, I suppose. Thanks, Overrun. I appreciate you, Overrun. It's Overrun, right? Like that. The thought process behind keeping the hand was that Bite Down actually would have been fine there because like we could have gotten rid of the 1/3 or even the 4/3 with our Prowess creature and still been very aggressive. This is fine. Wary Thespian has a Surveil on it, and Grow can get us up to some of these things. Or we can just make curve outs, hopefully. This fixes if we aren't curving out. I just want to draw forests for the rest of the game. Exactly forests and nothing else. Well, not the rest of the... Look, okay. The rest of the game, assuming the game ends on Overrun. It's fine. Alright, Evolving Wilds. Full fixing out of our opponent. I did realize when I said it aloud I cursed myself, but I just have to accept it now that I've said it. That's actually an incredibly good card to go with like Wary Thespian and Cackling Prowler. Pretty happy to have that as a... Okay, that's dangerous, especially in the colors we're seeing here. Let's Wary Thespian, find ourselves a land. I'll take any land at this stage. That is not a land. That could get us deeper to more lands, but I'm going to get rid of it, assuming that we're going to draw into the more lands off of it, anywho. Ah, this is... Oh boy. You need to die, please. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Prideful Parent. Yeah, that's fine. It's the other side of the curse, huh? That's an interesting side of the curse. Do they have a life gain land to play off this too? Yeah, it was the... I misread the curse too. I thought I was gonna curse myself drawing nothing but lands, but it's funnier if I never draw another land. Okay, we are going to make plays into the board, assuming Overrun kills our opponent in like 4 turns here. Our opponent's has a little bit of cowardice and a little bit of land missing. They missed the land drop last turn, which means twice. They missed their land drop multiple times as well. They're stuck on 3. So I think the plan here is manage our lands with, like, you know, playing out the Cackling Prowler, playing out these bodies, and then just win with Overrun. Like, assume, like, yes, they have some life gain, yes, they can make some cats, but running the, I mean, so far they haven't showed any reason for the black, though the life gain in this deck is likely what it's for. They have a bit more of the life gain. We had mono cats. I'm not blocking that. I'm just not blocking that. Probably have like a raid trigger. Sure, I don't care. I think the discard here is the 6-drop. We're winning with Overrun before that card comes down on this mana. You can have it. Let's get more 3/3s going. Ooh, okay. Uh-huh. So Dwywin's Elite plus Bite Down is something we now have access to. They're going to gain life and make a cat end step. They're also, again, very restricted on mana. Oh, your turns. Wow. Okay. I also didn't read that way. You know? I also, you know, we both made that mistake. Yeah, your turn. I'm good. I ain't coming in. You can... Okay, hold on. They burned the piece of removal. I don't know that was correct. It might have been better to just be waiting for my own Overrun to start going. But... Right. Like, that was 10 points of damage, and I didn't expect them to be willing to trade their whole board for it when they're so locked down. What does this thing do? When you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, return another non-bear with less... Oh, huh. That recurs stuff, huh? We could just play a worm. I could overrun, and that, like, that might just be good enough. Like, overrun here is 8 plus. Overrun here is 8 plus 9, 17. Opponent has 15. They go to 1. They double block on Wary Thespian. Yeah, okay. I accept. You know? That one's fine too. That's alright. I thought like they'd let the panda die and then pick up the cat and then try to build back a board and have it be at 1, but their deck has life gain, so you know, that's normal. But no, it's easy. Like, this is not just like a bit in other card games. It's a bit in Magic a lot more as well. When it's like, okay, it's very easy to mental shorthand something, and you know, like when you see like a once per turn, you think that's the only restriction, right? Because restrictions go like at the end, and so sometimes things like you control or on your own turn are pretty easy to overlook, especially when you mentally are shortcutting where a card hits. So this ain't sweet. I like a braid, I like grow. I wish I had some bodies before I got to the worm, but you know, we'll get there. Funny how 3/3 versus 2/2 is like any of the, yeah. Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna Slag Storm this way anyway. Surveil 3. That's really good with the unblockability on it for late game. Thinking if I want to thrill, and if I do, what I want to throw down. Keeping 2. If I thrill here, I am discarding Forest? I'm probably discarding Forest. Assuming the Grow gets us out of a position where it... Rogue's Passage is a card I feel weird getting rid of. Like, we can Grow to fix up. I'm gonna... This seems... All options here seem wrong. Okay. Okay, well, I've been shown that I've made a mistake. All right. Okay. Well, I can admit when I've made a mistake. My opponent can play. That's too big. That's too big. The Light Shell Duo is too big. Yeah, I've made a mistake here. This one I get to pay for. Pretty heavily, actually. We don't have good plays for a little while. Yeah, look, it's okay. It's fine. How bad could it be? Okay. This is actually really good for us. This scenario now. If I draw any land, well, this sucks so bad. Sixth land. Okay. Gonna be aggressive. See if they have a runaway together. Okay. Okay, second one fails to resolve. No attacks. We get our Cackling Prowler. Okay. Play the one I want them to counterspell first. Yep. Dragon got bounced. Runaway together doesn't need both to exist to resolve. Okay, so I played the one I wanted to resolve, like, you know. Now is this one good? I don't think I have attacks right now because they have way too easy blocks on the Prowler, but uh-huh. Alright, but what about two of them? Another one. So these will both trigger, individually. So, you know, normal things are about to occur. Some extremely normal numbers have shown up in play. Yeah. This is playing around Etherize. Uh-huh. Happy to have played around Etherize. We could have gone, like, the reason I didn't do one creature is that, like, a single piece of removal would have made that way too good for them. So this is lethal damage. That's bad. Okay. That's quite bad. Alright, they found another answer. We need to draw Burst Lightning so that I can kill... Like, I need to be able to kill that. Like, I need Burst Lightning or Creature with Reach. They also could kill me in 2 turns with that, is a problem. That's a 6/6 flyer. I don't have any ways to block that right now. So, like, Reach Spider, Burst Lightning, Bite Down number 3. I think that's the end of the line, because we have one turn to do it. Yeah, they're at dead. Yep. It's right there. This card is real. Platinum Angel is a very good card. Even my 21/21 Quilled Great Worms cannot stand up to the power of Platinum Angel. If that was actual Platinum Angel, we were fine. Yeah. Great, excellent. You know what? I'm very happy to have an opponent who found the way around us doing that. I'm like, what an incredible line of ways to stay alive. Having exactly the Ether Eyes that was needed, and then following that with exactly the, this ain't it. This is it. Infestation Sage? Sure. Alright, Ooh! Okay. Gonna do Dwylyn's Elite here to try to get them to do a little bit more trading, moving. Yeah, that's fine. Now this is okay for me. I'm okay taking the skeleton off the table. Because... Bye-bye, skeleton! Skeleton defeated! We truly are the Skull Eater. This doesn't have the art that our one that we played showed. Ah, well. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I can still eat things with scoos. Like, yeah, okay. Ooh. This is fine. If they end step go for a sack, I would use the Abrade. Alright, we're sitting here taking some thoughts. Attacking for 1 in the air makes sense. That's good. That's real. That's a nice plan. We're not blocking it. We're just sort of taking it. Do we have a follow-up play? We do. It's going to eat cards from graveyards. Well, that's not occurring. I don't know. You figure it out. This is your job, not mine. Not Gruul? I see a lot of not Gruul over on that side of the board. Alright. 2. No thank you. I'm good. We just gotta get 2. 1 card left in our opponent's hand, and we've got the ability to scoos a lot of creatures this stage. We can, like, block sack, do some things that way. I don't know about that. Okay. You know what? This seems fine. This gets us a 4/4 flyer. They only have a 1/1 to take out. Their best line is, like, you know, Day of Judgment, Blasphemous, you know, something like that. They gotta have, like, pretty premium plays to follow this up with. Got that skull hanging out over there. Rats. This is good. This is a good bear. Nice. Alright, 4 and 2. It is. There's something freeing about, like, overrun, attack for 22 or whatever. I don't know. You solve it. Sweet. What if I don't play anything for 3 turns? I'm greedy. This can't possibly backfire. What could possibly go wrong? That doesn't look like it. Yeah, okay. 3 damage each creature, please. They held up something. They didn't attack with that wolf. I think they were holding up a bite. Anyway, that's a 3-for-1 that cost us 2 life total. You know what? gets 2 land. We get a Skoos. Alright. This set wasn't funny enough to put Mana Tithe in standard for 5 years. Yeah. Nah, that wasn't happening. I don't know. Skoos in. So we're dancing around both of us having a bite. So here's how this is gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and Skoos to eat their Llanowar or Dwywin's Elite. I think this is where they're gonna respond with a bite down of their own. No? Okay, I'm going to allow this to continue then. You have to take your action next. Okay, it was Fleeting Flight. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to it? Do I think I do. We'll just eat it. This actually, mana works out the best because we can attack, and then I can go ahead and play the Snare Spinner. We can pass with just these 2 up. We still have a kill spell and an overrun. We can start pumping. Yeah, here's something worth the kill spell. So... me thinking on this. I think we just go... Skoos. Eat some more Dwywin's Elite. Skoos. Eat the Elsworn Giant. We're gonna get ourselves... this here is enough for Overrun to kill. Okay, this here is enough to kill. Right? Rexage is so good. Yeah. That was the power that we got to see a game where Slagstorm paid the bills. Like this card. And then we did some nice 2-for-1s, 2-for-1 lands, 2-for-1 against a trick and a body, things like that, and then Skoos, you know. Good stuff. The last turn, yeah, the reason I didn't commit more with the Dragon Channeler is that our opponent, like, in case of Wrath of God, when we didn't need to play it, like, we didn't need to play the Dragon Channeler. Rather, we could have just built up our existing board, and if they have a removal spell, then we can play more into it. We're not under time pressure in that game position. Our opponent with no board, so I'd rather take the little bit of time to get there than, like, risk losing to our opponent having an ace in the hole. Okay, Plains Forest. That's a very blue forest. This is a very orange play. Ooh, love you. Love these cards. These are some cards. A Brain Burst Lightning? Yes, please. Can you just play, like... Oh, this is, like, that's fine. There's a question between... Huh! I can abrade that now. I rather... I would rather get my mana advantage on my opponent and then use that to beat them in a long game where they aren't able to play as much as me. Okay, they've got Wary Thespian. This is probably a good turn for Dragon Trainer. And then this Crawler is going to die on the follow-up turn. The idea behind Dragon Trainer here is that the 4/4 is probably going to die to their kill spell, but the 1/1 trades with Thespian in a reasonable manner. And then we can, like, play our own Thespian and Abrade. You know, I keep thinking they're on blue. My thought process was that that card was getting bounced rather than anything else, but that didn't occur. So trade with the Thespian. And then we're going to just go ahead and kill off this before our draw step. I don't like where our life totals ended up at, but I think we're fine. They're very low to the ground. This avoids giant growth. It doesn't avoid Snakeskin Veil. Nothing avoids Snakeskin Veil. This one's fine. I think we're gonna get out aggroed on this one. Removal spell here and we die. I didn't have enough respect for that card. Yeah. This was just me not having enough respect for that Crawler. I have now been taught. Because, yeah, we're taking some pretty hefty damage here. Yeah, I thought that I'd be able to leverage my mana advantage, but they were able to much more easily leverage just the low to the ground advantage. I'm not dying yet. You have a giant growth? You would have killed me if you had a giant growth, right? I'm at 2? I think you would have just killed me. You must have a pump spell, though. You must have something you're holding on to. What are you looking at? What are we... Celestial... Okay. I could have sworn we didn't have that. That is a forest. I keep thinking it's blue as well. I've made that mistake for, I think, 3 turns where I think they're going to get me with a... Get me with an island. Forest is blue. Yeah, well, we see a new card like that, we learn. I thought that we were going to be able to leverage that more than they were, and I was clearly incorrect on that. That just needed to get abraded on that turn they played it, and then move on from there. All right, this is still... I'm quite happy with 5 wins on this deck. Big worms. I feel like this deck was clearly missing its low-end, like, ramp pieces that I wanted. But when it got to... Look, when you cast Overrun, games finish. That's just how Overrun works. Let's go ahead and get our money back. Let's go ahead and take a short break, and then let's go ahead and do Draft 2. Okay. Let's get moving on to draft 2 here. So, yeah, pretty happy with that one. Slag Storm did a lot of work. I think it won 2 games. Overrun won like 5 games. It's Overrun. Solid. There were a couple points where, like, with that little Phyrexian buddy, like, I think I needed to be more aggressive on it. And, like, some small bits in the second loss, I think we could have done a little better. But still quite happy with the performance of the deck. It had a lot of, like, mulliganing. It had a lot of, like, just sort of, like, its early game felt really bad. But I didn't get to play Double Worm and then lose that game. My actual only regret is not just attacking our opponent with a bunch of giant 21-21 worms to make them into like 61-61s and then make them into like 8 183 or 189 or whatever when our opponent was like invincible. Like, I should have just like put them to negative 250. Clearly, that was a mistake. Lathril, Blade of the Elves. Menace, when you hit with Lathril, make elves, tap 10 elves, drain 10. Sure. Overrun is Overrun is Overrun. We already did Overrun, so I'm like, I feel like Overrun's a cool one to pick, but like, we already did that. So I'm a lot, like, on these back-to-back ones, I like to try to do something a little different with our pair. Vengeful Blood Witch actually is really interesting to me. The black has a pretty powerful sacrifice plan that interests me a lot, like with the Doomed Travelers and friends like that. Fiery Annihilation both has one of the best flavor texts in the set, and also is like just an incredible kill spell. I think this is the actual number 1, but I want to try and build something a little different, and I want to do the Blood Witch to see that. So this is like trying to tilt the boat a little bit in a direction to work a little bit more with some sacrifice likers. Needletooth Pack, Heroic Reinforcement's really good, Tatiova really good. Is Threaten a card I can pick 2? I don't know that Threaten's a card that I can pick 2. That one's a little tough. Black in here looks kind of bad. I'm not really impressed by a lot of the different directions in here. Like, both of the multicolored cards are far off the Vengeful Blood Witch. Reinforcements isn't that far off, but you know what I mean. Might be inspiring Paladin or Felidar Savior as our more interesting picks here. This is a little bit, like, really getting into, like, a sacrifice deck. I don't know that I'm that dedicated to it, pick 2. When I could pick up something like the Paladin. I'll try out the... Needletooth Pack with a sacrifice plan. I'm gonna go with it. Zombify. Tracker. This is what one of the cards I was hoping to get in our deck. Zombify proper. Courageous Goblin. Another Threaten. I mean, we can just kill our opponent with a bunch of Threatens, right? That's, like, fine. Yeah, what he said. My gut is telling me to move out of this, but I'm ignoring that to do sillier things, and I think sillier things involve a bunch of Threatens. And killing our opponent with a bunch of Threatens. We'll find the sack outlets later. It's fine. Fabloom Trick. Gutless Plunder. Borders is also fine. I like this one. I like both. Like, these are both, like, okay 3s. Not super excited by them, but, like, they're get the job level 3s. Like, this one seems like it's a pretty simple one to get working. Hi, Hidetsugu, second right. I can't pick you at the moment. We'll get you on later because Hungry Ghoul is the exact card that I'm looking for to make this deck function. You might think, like, oh, well, if I play my Threaten, am I going to have the mana to be able to use this? The answer is this makes a treasure. My problem with the Plunderer is that, like, 2/2 Death Touch for 3 is a little too low of a stat line. Like, that just doesn't do anything for me as far as a stat line goes. Hey, buddy. Alright, we're seeing that white would have been a fun direction. There were 2 Dazzling Angels, and, like, some other lifelinkers that could go along with that. But the fact that we have 2 of the ghouls lets me feel a lot better about picking a bunch of threatens. If we just go, like, here's a bunch of sack outlets, if we can find, like, reassembling skeleton to go with this, if we can find some Doom Travelers, we can find some small bodies and some removal spells to maybe go with it. With this Blood Witch, we can just win through that. Quick Rider Terratop's never played. I tried to in the one game, but it got essence scattered. Fake Your Own Death is fine. Again, we're seeing the white is the color that looks most around. More cats. This is a good unicorn. This card is like a very small body, but like very dangerous. We'll Fake Our Own Death. Goblin Surprise is actually pretty fine for what we're doing here. Because this is a token generator, gets us some bodies to be able to eat. If we can find a black cat and just have a bunch of have that going too. Pilfer's also a card I'm not sad to be playing. Bloodfell Caves. We also have a crate. Excuse? Come on now. Respect. Put some respect on this card. I like, what are we doing over here? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not taking it because, oh wow, all the white's still around here too. This heroic reinforcements might just make the deck. Okay, well, perhaps we need to. Oh boy. We'll see. I'm gonna put these down here for now. Doubling Season, loot, zombify another Hungry Ghoul. Green for days, green forever. Doubling Season loot and bites and everything. Eagle's nice. I want more ghouls. The deck for me is like 4 cards. It's Hungry Ghoul X6, Threaten X5, Skeleton X3, Vengeful Blood Witch X5, and then like some removal spells. So we're going to play as though those cards are coming around. Infestation Sage, a lot of red. I like the Dragon Trainer almost more because this is 2 bodies and a lot of... Dragon Trainer gets so much done here. And, like, we actually have some funny bits where we can fake the Dragon Trainer's death to get a new dragon. Meteor Golem, Crypt Feaster, Sarah Angel. Still looks like Chip from Sonic Unleashed. Don't mind me. Just don't mind me. Don't mind where this deck's going. Please don't. Don't mind it. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Please ignore what's going on over here. Don't mind me. We're doing fine. We get treasure tokens off of our threatens, so everything's okay. Um, Everything's fine. This is actually a really good card for us. I'm fine with that. Yeah, no, this is fine. I don't like the zombie. This isn't good. Yeah, no, yeah, we're fine. We're gonna be okay. Goblin negotiation. Eaten alive actually is a little more. Ooh, and infernal vessel. These are all real things. Um, thank you for the raid. Welcome. We're in draft 2, and we're having some. We're trying to build some sacrifice plan stuff. And lots. Thanks for the sub as well. I appreciate it. Fertile Vessel's cool. Goblin Negotiation's cool. I like this card. This card kicks ass. This card's cool as hell. I like it's like the over damage you get goblins for. But Eaten Alive is more like exactly what we need here. Where like I want to have some removal and we don't have any yet, and this is a thing that I can like eat some of the tokens for. The previous draft was indeed experiments in Overrun, which went like pretty good. It turns out casting Overrun, this might be new information, wins games. It's like pretty good. All right, well here's my third threaten. So we got 3 threatens and 3 hungry ghouls to go with the threaten. That's the entire deck. And then the treasure tokens help me cast Sarah Angel. Also, it turns out Slagstorm is like a pretty strong card. Don't know that Zombify's on the level with us. Like, has some fun things to get back, but it's not like. Again, I want reassembling Skeleton for this deck pretty bad. I also want more Vengeful Blood Witches. None of these are. Yeah, specifically with the Dragon Trainer. The Dragon Trainer also has Fake Your Own Death to return it as well, which I think is a fun combo. Where like you do the skeleton collapse and then it picks back up and like you get to fraud a 4/4 free dragon from. Okay, I'm happy to have that high crystal barricade. You're not a like pick is fine to have. Howdy. I'll put a Blanchwood armor over here, sure. Still not worrying about this. It's fine. Everything's fine. I just need more payoffs. I need more things like the Blood Witch to make the and like Heroic Reinforcements plays that line too, where it's like payoff for having bodies. Heroic Reinforcements is like team pump with some friends that come with. Ooh, Pilfer and Sure Strike. With Pilfer, I actually like this card at 2. This is just Coercion at 2. Like, Coercion at 2 is pretty good. Okay. Swiftblade Vindicator. Brazen Scourge. This thing's just fine. This is pick up at 2. This is the double striker. I don't really. Kiora here is quite strong. When Kiora attacks, if you're at threshold, make an 8/8. With a loot on it. Brazen Scourge is pretty good. Firebrand. Blight Priest we don't have. We only have like the one Vengeful Blood Witch for that to go off of. I think I like this card more than I should because I like Boggart Ram Gang. It's like sort of a Boggart Ram Gang. Yeah, that's how I feel on it too, buddy. Well, good aggressive card. 3 power with haste. So, love this one. This one's very cute. I love the raccoon who's running the shop who will come out there if you've got enough to recruit. Burglar Rat versus Heartfire Immolator. I think I like the Immolator a little more, but the Burglar Rat's quite good. I like this body, this 2/2 prowess with like some things, especially when we have stuff like Goblin Surprise and Threatens. This gets a lot more powerful. I'm gonna pick up the Immolator. Put these away. Please don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We're doing fine. We need like 3 more cards to get this deck to real, and then like some more stuff past that to feel good about where we're at. Battlesong Berserker versus Stab. Borders, ain't it? Berserker is Handoff Menace on attack. That gets pretty nice. Stab is like, we don't have small interaction. We have like Heartfire Immolators and our Threatens, and then like 1 Eaten Alive. So having something like this, a small interactive piece, I think is quite good. Yeah. If I had a little bit more right now, Dragon... Ooh, Vengeful Blood Witch 2. Okay. Sorry, Dragon Trainer 2 is all... Damn. Hi, Juggernaut. These are both pretty real. Dragon Trainer, obviously. Hands us some 4/4 flyers. This is tough. I think this is like admitting the direction the deck actually is. I'm gonna believe in the Blood Witch. I don't know that that's correct, but I'm gonna do it. Hello. This is a nice card. Perforating Artist does the Torment thing. Doesn't even need to be the attacker. You just need to have attacked to get this off. Nice card for this. Sorry, Scoured Baron. Skull Step Steep has arrived. This is a nice card for us to have. Nothing that interests me here. I'm gonna go fishing. Blanchwood Armor number like 3. I'm gonna go fishing because fishing is token creation. Threaten 4? Juggernaut? The card named Juggernaut? Goblin Negotiation? Make a bunch of goblins? These are all fine things. Regrower for someone else. I'm gonna go with Juggernaut, the card named Juggernaut, just because I enjoy seeing Juggernaut, the card named Juggernaut. Perforating Arteris number 2. So, we don't get any copies of, we're not gonna get any copies, like this is our table, so we don't have any reassembling skeleton. I'm gonna pick up Macabre Waltz. That's a fine card for us. Thrill. Yeah, Goblin Negotiation was like, ooh, hello, nice to see you, Battlesong Berserker. You're a card I would have been quite happy to pick the first time around. White fixing, card I'm not playing. Yeah, Goblin Negotiation, quite good as well. We're gonna have to build this one up. Interested in where this one lives. My problem with Goblin Negotiation in a deck like this is that we're not going to be, like, I don't see us being a deck that gets up to, like, 6-7 mana on the regular, and Goblin Negotiation plays really poorly at low numbers. 1, 2, 3... Blood Witches, Heartfire Emulator, Scourge, Borders, the Goblin Surprises, all 3 Threatens, Dragon Trainer, both Artists, the card named Juggernaut, Macabre Waltz. How are we doing on creatures? 14 creatures? Do I want to go fishing? I don't know that I've ever gone fishing in Magic before. Gold Vein Pick's also good. All the treasure generation would probably be something that makes the Goblin and Negotiation better too, as far as like just a general thing. Let's cut out a land and go fishing. That'll be fun. We'll get to add fishing to a fishing minigame to the deck. Okay. I want you to appreciate my mana requirements. So on turns 1 and 2, I need black mana. Everything past that, we need red mana with just one multicolored card. Just like, all right, early game we're mono black, late game you need all the red. I'm gonna feed this a little further up to, even though we have these doubles, that's tough. It's really important that we have black early for Gruul and Blood Witch. We need double red for some of our top-end pieces. I'm gonna believe the black is a little bit more important. I know that the numbers here are, like, pretty even, too. No, we're keeping that. Think about card sleeves. Alright. Let's see how this works. We're missing a skeleton. That's the missing card in this deck, is reassembling Skeleton X1. If we had reassembling Skeleton X1, I'd feel like a lot better about our, like, sack outlet stuff. This is, like, fine. Maybe a little annoying, but fine. Stab, Goblin Surprise, threaten with a sack outlet right here. Once we get up to 5. Okay. Okay, so we can, like, end step Goblin Surprise, untap Perforating Artist. 3 colors. Interesting. No thanks. I can get stabbed. I'll play my own. Alright, what's your 3? Ooh! That's incredible! So check out how good this is gonna be for us. Combat. In. Raid. Let's go. Get him for 3. Burglar Rat. I think we can get rid of Goblin Surprise here. I like Fake My Own Death a little more than any of these options. The Threaten's not great here. I think I'm just going to go to combat and Fake My Own Death. They're gonna fake their own death? Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, many things are faking their deaths today. I'm not going to kill the Burglar Rat here. I don't want to lose a card. So now that ours is active, we're getting you out of combat. Have fun. And this sees the combat happen. Oh, they didn't see it! Oh, they didn't see it! Oh, they didn't see it! Oh, thank goodness. They had a really good out to be there, and they didn't take it. They could have just sacked the rat at end step to the Perforating Artist, because this isn't like a May effect, it's just on. Hey, buddy. Alright. I got bad news for you, opponent. This is our town, scrub. That was fun. Love to play. Weird mirror. The fact that our opponent was like on that little bird didn't seem to like, I don't know, was kind of funky. They weren't good enough to be our fake. I'll make you eat those words. Yeah, this is fine. I see Gruul. I see gainful employment. I see goblin surprise. I see faking our own death. This is why we didn't splash white. Yeah. Okay. Fine card. Gruul first. What's with the mirror? What's with the mirror? What's with the mirror? You gotta help me. Alright, how are we doing this? Removing our attacker there feels bad for us. I don't know what else. Maybe it's just Goblin Surprise end step? That might be best. I don't hate getting this down. I'm not going to use it in combat is the problem. I'm going to pass and leave up Goblin Surprise. Because I'm not going to use the Perforating Artist, and I'd rather like have that as like a secondary after they attack. Like, they attack, hit me for 2, then I Goblin Surprise, end step, and attack and Perforating Artist at them. So we take 2, go to... If they play their own Perforating Artist, then you know. Ooh. Okay. That's pretty good. So let's make some goblins. Sweet. Alright. Let's get the perforating going. I'm going to get some life out of you, and then I'm probably going to trade for that Blood Thief, because I don't want to keep that around. Because we can Macabre Waltz back some of our creatures here. Would like to get the Vengeful Blood Witch down. Like, that would be pretty dang cool. We have some mana issues at the moment. Like... Faking our own death on that Perforating Artist might be nice, because it gets us some treasure. Maybe I can keep moving from there. Stop stabbing him! Stop it! I need those creatures to not be stabbed. I don't have good answers to when I get stabbed. Nobody has a good answer to getting stabbed. Okay, we're gonna go... Cobb Waltz. 1, 2. And then we're gonna discard Fake Our Own Death, because next turn I'm gonna be using Gruul. I'm gonna discard Fake Our Own Death. Alright, then we're gonna go use Gruul. And I need to untap with the Gruul. Basically, that's the play here, is I'm trying to untap with the Gruul. If I untap with the Gruul, we can steal the Blood Thief, attack with the Blood Thief, sack the Blood Thief, right? Like, we can use that as, like, get in for some damage. They're off mana as well, which is nice. Like, they're a little restricted. They just have the better board advantage right now. The hope is that they want to try to sink a little bit more into their board. Okay, I am at our life total. I'm willing to chump block here. You can cast target zombie. Okay. Well. I'm still stealing that. Do they have a shock? I wish I had an untapped land. That would do a lot for us here. I'm just going to go in for 5. If they have Burst Lightning, I want them to pull the trigger first. Okay. This is fine. I wanted them to pull the trigger first. We're not going to get the 5 damage out of the Blood Thief, but I would rather keep our body. Like, we're clearly doing this. So. Alright. This looks good. So they can cast zombies. That's not a zombie. Ooh, I don't much like this. Sure Strike? I need to... Okay. Alright, okay. Well... I want this to chump Hungry Ghoul. Okay. Alright, Perforating Artist. Sure, yeah, that's not happening. Fair. Reasonable. Yeah, I see it. 4th land, do you have a Zombify? Oh yeah, we're just killing Artist. I'm not willing to, like, do playing around a Zombify. That's not something I think is worth the time. Are they dead? Are they dead? Are they dead? Are they dead? 6. Is you control or another? I don't think they're dead. I think they're one off of dead. I can attack for 6, put them to 4, and I can't sack all 4 here. I don't have enough bodies for that. We're just gonna pass. We have Blood Witch life gain if things go sideways here. They can't steal anything with a threaten because we have 2 sack outlets that can sack each other. If they have Burst Lightning kicked, we can gain enough life to get around it with the Blood Witch. And they only have 1 card in hand. It needs to be, like, something that big, you know what I mean? Ah! We do have the line around threaten, thank goodness. I'm pretty sure we have this dead here. Yeah. Okay, that's what we call a concession. Give me that. I gotta do it. Okay, the sack deck. Not only did the sack deck work, we got to play the mirror again? Interesting. You know, that 2/2 Hungry Gruul is good in the mirror. Weird. I feel like they had some sequencing they could have done to be a little bit more efficient on their removal. And I feel like we also had some sequencing we could have done to be a little bit more defensive on both sides. I can't keep this. Yeah, sure. Goodbye, fishing pool. We're not doing a fishing minigame with a hand like this. Alright, so the last thing I want to see out of our opponent is a Blade of the First Pride. I just want to be able to... I want them to play a Grizzly Bear. Sure. The thought process is we have more of those in our deck. Cat Collector. Ooh, come on, untapped land. Ooh, untapped land it is. Hey, Ty. We are Rakdos aggro in this matchup. We are here doing some sacrifice shenanigans, as well as with stuff like this. When a creature dies, we drain, as well as Battlesong Berserker, which is a pretty MVP card, much like our friend in Duskmourn. Okay. I think they... Really? Okay. I don't think you're the aggro here, but sure. I'm out of cards is a bit of a problem. And they have a lot of permanents to sack. They can lose 3 life or sack the food and effectively have not lost 3 life. I don't like being empty-handed here. We don't have any good rebuilding tools if we get swept from this position. I need to be kind of floating Perforating Artist's ability in a lot of ways. Our opponents just... They believe they are the aggro, and maybe they are. Maybe they're correct. Okay. Cat status. Crack a food on your own turn. Crack a food on your own turn. Okay. That does make the cat. You still have something? Ooh. Okay. They still have something. Anyway, we need to get in with the Brazen Scourge. That'll trigger Perforating Artist. They might have the +1/+0 flying thing. Which, like, that's fine. Annoying, but fine. I am... Do I want the 1/1 from the Hungry Ghoul more than I want the 1/1 left from the... I think I do. That's tough. So this has prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to it now. I could eat the Brazen Scourge with the Ghoul before damage and get the Ghoul up to a 3/3. I could also just, like... Basically, am I willing to get rid of the 1/1 or am I willing to keep the Ghoul? I'm willing to... We're trading anyway. Let's get Pogs off your table. We have Perforating Artist. We want Pogs off of our opponent's table. The more of those they have, the more able they are to just ignore the Perforating Artist. And the Perforating Artist is one of the ways I think we're winning this, with the kind of, like, inevitability that it brings while they aren't threatening us in big ways. Okay, so this gets the Blood Witch off the table, because I have to sack it to the Hungry Ghoul. Yeah. We're in a position where I really want to draw a Threaten. Threaten on the Tragic Banshee, get in, you know, force our opponent into bad positions. So that's the top deck we're looking for. Not terribly excited about this position. I think I need to pass. If we're going to win, I need to keep these resources. This is a position where having the skeleton appear would be really good, but the skeleton has not appeared in the draft, so sadly we're kind of out of that. I think they can make some aggressive lines. Okay, not as aggressive as I thought. I thought maybe the Cat Collector could come in too if I was them. Anything with 3 power I think could come in. Especially when you have a backup Cat Collector. This makes 2 cat? Uh-oh. 2 cat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we're... Uh-oh. 2 cat. Well. That scuffs that one. Even without the land draw here, I think we're kind of scuffed because we just don't have enough resources. Like, a Threaten on this Banshee just hits them for 5 and then, like, eats it. And they still have 1,000,000 bodies, so it doesn't really matter. Like, we need to draw something pretty hefty to be able to get out from under it. They're not being very aggressive. I feel like they should be. They have us dead to rights pretty easily. Just turn your board sideways. Just turn your board sideways. What could I possibly have? Let me think about it. I'm gonna think. Alright, I've thought. Show me what you got. Okay, you turned your board sideways. Thank you. Yeah, the best thing we had was that our opponent had a little bit of cowardice in their heart. But we didn't have the cards to be able to take advantage of that. We kind of... Our deck doesn't have great rebuilding tools. There's no... Do I have the Thrill in here? I think... do I have the Thrill of Possibility? That's the only, like, possible rebuilding tool we have. We could have the Thrill. Is there something I... You know what? Goodbye fishing pole. Let's thrill instead. Give us some sort of hope in a position like that. Fishing pole. I'm sad we didn't get to... Jace. Fox Jace. This is awkward. It's off black. We play more black sources than anything else, and we have the thrill. I'm gonna believe. The beach ball. Yeah. Belief is pretty good. They have shock. We're just trading shock on this. We're burst lightning. You're going to... Oh, you're not going to burst lightning Blood Witch. Okay. Well. Let's get rolling then. So this is when you play an angel 1/1 counter. Pretty good. If they have a like the 2/3 flyer follow up, that'd be good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get in. I'm fine with the trade because we get to post-combat play a... That's a 3 in, 3 out. We get a drain one, and we get Perforating Artist trigger. Perforating Artist trigger is pretty good. I want to get this Gruul down next, because the Gruul down with involuntary employment sets up pretty well. I think this Perforating Artist is getting shocked. Pretty sure they just have a shock, like they didn't use it in turn 1, but that's okay. Yeah, alright. Sure. Tap out for a 4, or are you just shocking? Okay, thank you. We're taking the move that we've been sitting on thinking about for a while. Alright, and they did attack, so they get that going. I'm just gonna play Hungry Ghoul. Hungry Ghoul pass, we can thrill away the mountain at end step. We'll take some damage for it, but then we can steal the borders and get in for some hefty damage. Or if there's a better play, we can steal that. So, pass it along. Take a couple lumps, call it good. Maybe they're nice enough to like double strike trick on that borders to like go bigger. All right, we're still at 20 here, which is nice. That's the power of having that little Blood Witch helping us out. The Warlock. 2 to any target. Okay, well, that's why we left up the option. I would much rather keep the Hungry Ghoul because we need the sack outlet. Alright, let's just move. It's threaten time. Good old combo of threaten plus sack outlet. How do you make fishing pole into a minigame? Oh, my graveyard! No! That's tragic. Alright, whatever. Do we have another threaten off top of the deck? Eating a lot. Let's thrill. Heartfire Immolator. Okay, this is land eaten alive for full. Kill the border. In. Alright. Now the threat of threaten is, you know... Ooh! Okay. Whenever you gain life, 1/1 counter on this. Whenever you put a 1/1 on this, draw a card. I see. Don't know how to feel about that one. I can force blocks. I can just play bodies. Oh boy. Whenever you gain life, 1/1 counter, 1/1 counter draw. We have Angel, Angel, Angel. 3 bodies? Oh god, if they have anything, we die. I don't have a great way of, like, forcing good blocks is the problem here. Immolator pre-combat. In with Hungry Gruul. They double block, we kill Exemplar of Light. Then we play Borders and pass. Thanks. Alright. That's, I think, the best we have. They have 2 turns lethal in air, but the problem is they're at 3. I don't think they clearly can't afford to, like, 6 in the air without having something to back it up. And, yeah, so we get to wait a little bit here. Let's take a little bit of time to think and then pass. We can't attack with anything because we clearly don't have a combat win here. Oh, I don't need a full control. I have a Immolator. They have something as well. Again, the threatens the card we need off the top. Gain life, surveil 1. Okay. That makes this a 4-power threat. That does also make their combat. They could go 7 in the air right now. They have a lot of angels. I would go 3 and then try to kill us on the follow-up turn here. Because if I don't do anything now, I'm dead. That's pretty bad. That's, like, not good. Thinking. The blocks here are very obvious. I don't have good ways to punish. But this stops lethal. And if we can draw... that don't work at all then. Yeah, because, like, Threaten is the card we need off the top. And that would have, if that functioned, given us it off the top. Yep, they can go ahead and... Yep. Smartly played. Very smartly played out of them. This Youthful Valkyrie at 5/7. Incredible. I like the setup they had there with the, like, pile of angel flyers. The red seems like it was just like, got that banner. Alright. Keep on Rakdosing, Rakdos. I miss you, Skeleton. Yeah, they were pretty hefty into the Angels there. Like, I would not be surprised if, like, we saw, you know, a medium percentage of what their deck contained. Okay. Goblin Surprise is the card that holds this hand together. We can end step, Goblin Surprise, untap, attack, Borders. Perhaps use it as a way to, like, kill some... Okay, we even get our Bloodfell Caves going here. That's nice. get an extra point. Got our 4th mana for our Threaten. We have a sack outlet for the Threaten as well. Okay, Spectral Sailor. This is a good card. This card, like, constructed quality of card right here. Like, this pirate, this was like hanging out in the like curiosity decks that were pretty nifty. That's a pain because it makes our goblins not look great. This might be better as just playing Goblin Borders as a 3-power threat. I don't hate that. I don't like the 1/1s matching up against this with nothing left. We're gonna play the Borders. One of the things about Raid and cards like this that are modal, you do have to accept sometimes that your Bloodthirst, your Raid, your whatever is not on, and play them at their baseline. We have employments plus Eaten Alive to just kill 2 threats if bigger things occur. Goblin Surprise lets us move up. Do I need to eat that? Don't know that I do. Means I can't... This thing says another creature, so... That's fine. 2 surprises gets better because the first one feeds the second. Sure. Alright. I don't like that Spectral Sailor. That's a card that probably has to go as this goes on. Something that we need to step out on so that they're not, like, drawing a million cards on us. I like that. Okay. That gives me something to steal that I feel good about. And then, like, we can sack it and kill the... Kill the Spectral Sailor? I don't want to leave that Spectral Sailor available to them. Sack a creature, target this creature, sacrifice this creature, thank you. Alright, the Strix Lookout is annoying, but it's looting rather than full draw. This card just has 4 draw, so like, in a game where we get into a long form fight, like, we aren't winning, and I don't think we have the offense right now. Yeah, if we're just like Strix Lookouting, that's okay. We can overcome that with a Gruul. They get to ping us and, like, they get card selection, but card selection is not card advantage, and hopefully we can work around that with just the power of, like, Gruul and some sack outlets. Another, okay. Nice to see. Having one of those means if they, like, untap and slam some sort of large threat, they didn't loot, their hand must be interesting. They like all cards in their hand right now? You only don't loot there if you think all your cards are... Oh! Okay. Alright. Okay. Well... That looks pretty good, I'd have to say. That's a nice card. Glad we've got it on our side. Alright, so that's fine. I think we're holding, so they gain their, yep. We draw, and we, thank you. Does the opponent have the infinite in their deck? If they have this card, they have to have the other. The other's a common. This is the part that's the hard part to have. I assume they're chumping one. We will allow that to happen. And then we go ahead and, of course, make sure this does not stick in play. And kind of have to hope they don't have, I'm actually willing to get this down. I think we need more of a board, and we need to fight quick. We're not going to be using 7 mana. I'd rather get the Gruul down and get moving. Like, Micromancer, pick up a 1. That's probably like a stab to kill Hungry Ghoul here. Hopefully, I mean, they should use it immediately. If they wait, I think they get punished for it, so they should just go. Alright, 1 card left. Those are probably... I would get... If I had to guess, I'd say those were the 2 we were sitting on. No, we have like a citizen? Yeah, we have a... Okay. We have a legitimate business person. Alright, final card in hand. So now we are at top decking. That's an incredibly good one for us to have on the top decking. First things first, though. Let's push. Goblin Surprise lets us make some trades here that look pretty nice. Yeah, alright. So they still have looting from their lookout. Again, card quality is the thing they have on their side. That's fine. Ooh, we're using it. Okay. So we're looting, discarding a land, because that's likely what we drew if we were using the lookout at sorcery speed. We're looking for something real. Goblin Surprise as the goblins is... Oh, wow, we got rid of a 6. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and... Goblin. Okay, this one's easy. We ask our opponent if they think they are winning in a race. They very well might be. We had to use both a red in this turn, so they're in top deck, but they have the loot. They can hit us for 3 in the air. They can hit us with Micromancer. Okay, we're just stabbing Immolator. So opponent's at 8. Yep, that's 6. Now the good thing about 6 here is that we can just leave back goblins, and like that's enough to not die. Ooh, yeah, okay. I think we're going everything but 1 goblin in. Doing the math. Actually, hold on. Can I afford to do that? Thinking. Bring them to 3. I have to risk it. I think is so. If I attack like this, I hit them to 4. I play Juggernaut, pass. Then we don't hit them with the Juggernaut. I don't think we have enough damage to kill them if I don't all out. Obviously, a top deck that's a removal spell from them kills us. But I need to be willing to take that loss if I'm going to win the game. We need to trust, because this way we have enough attackers next turn with Juggernaut where they can't attack with anything if they don't draw a removal spell. They can only hit us for 3 in the air. They can't hit us for lethal. They can loot, but that would remove the lookout. But if they do that, they're dead to not drawing anything. So I think they just hit us for 1 and pass, and then we try to kill back. Now, if they draw a removal spell, they draw something that changes this, obviously we lose, but this gives us the highest victory chance. We have to play to win. So they're going to hit us for 1 with the lookout. They're going to loot after hitting us for 1, and that's going to see if they can draw something well. They don't have to loot because they have enough blockers to not die here. Like, you know, Juggernaut gets blocked by Micromancer, 2/2 gets blocked by Mocking Sprite. And, okay, they're going to force the issue. We have to block. We're taking lethal. That's right, Juggernaut blocking. Normal. Very normal. Okay, that's a very good one for them because it's just sticky enough. They've got lethal in the air. Whew, okay. Interesting. Okay. That's one of the best draws we have available. If I all out, 2/2 gets blocked by Mocking Sprite, Strix eats a 1/1, Infestation Sage eats a 1/1. I think I'm fine doing that because I need to get their board clear, and I have the clear best draw. I think we just have to all out. Nothing's changed. Infestation Sage is a good card. So trade Sage for a 1/1. No, they're going to choose to go to 1. Now, this puts another point of flying on their board. And you'll note that, like, you know, again, similar. If they have a removal spell for the dragon, we die. But if they don't, the Mocking Sprite is the block, and then we kill them. They can use the Strix to try to draw into a relevant card here and give up the attacker because they don't need the Strix to kill us. They can kill us with Mocking Sprite plus the 1/1. So they have 2 draws. I want them to finally draw some lands. We'll see how this works. They have a huge grave. They have Threshold. So we need 2 blanks. 2 blank, not like, even like, you know, creatures are fine. It's just not removal. We need them to have not a way around this 4/4. Do not make this a legitimate business dragon. That doesn't change the outcome here. Are they trying to draw into stab exactly? That's not enough to also change the outcome here. Legitimate business person? All right. That's got it. 5 attackers, 4 blockers, 1 point of life. This makes spells cheaper, by the way. That's why they cast Thoughtseize at us. Oh. You have to play to win. If we played defensively, we wouldn't have enough life left on our opponent. we needed to play the offense on that on each of those turns. Like being able to do the math on where we're able to win and is what opens that game up. So I'm feeling excellent on the outcome on that. Second Spectral Sailor, by the way. I didn't big fan of what our opponent's throwing down. I like Pile of Stabs and Micromancer. That's really good. I like Pilfer, Sage. We got some real good stuff on our opponent's side. Damn. Hoofa. Those are games I love to play. Like once you're on the edge of the knife in that way, it's all of your decisions leading up to that point have mattered so much. I'm gonna try this. Like, I like having Gruul and Employment in the hand. I know we need to draw red. We've got 8 red sources plus some other cards that get us around there. But like having the Gruul and the Blood Witch feels like a really good starting point. Even if the deck like is going to take some time to get there, which mayhaps it is. Opponent's they drew that jump 3 color. Oh no. Oh, I don't like that. Vampire Nighthawk, huh? That's fine. That's our threaten. We'll just draw the red source. It's fairly simple. Ooh, hold on. Okay. Alright. No, I like this position. Hold on. We just draw the red source, and then... Okay, alright. How much am I willing to bargain here? I think I'm willing to be greedy. I think I'm willing to let that become like a 4-4 or 8-8, and then we steal it and attack for 16 and kill them. We have 2 involuntary employments. Obviously, I'm also willing to attack with Hungry Ghoul, because there's no way they're blocking. Important fact about this Hydra, it does have trample. We gotta be wary of that. Let's see if we die. Do you have an Evolving Wilds? Do you have a Evolving Wilds Grow? Do you have a way to kill us? No, okay. Do you have a Grow? You can get the 16 if you can kick Grow. Come on, you know you wanna. That play has to look mad suspicious if our opponent's paying attention. Yeah. Okay. That's dangerous, but not deadly. Yeah, I'm seeing that too, Val. I'm thinking about Thrill of Possibility, discard Juggernaut, try to draw into some lands or other plays, and then try to kill them with the Hydra. I want to go for broke here. All right. So here's the line. Oh! Well, that's fine. Jump it. Play your land. Oh no! Oh no, that... Okay, no, that they didn't go for double strike. Oh, they just made it a 10-10. My heart. Oh, my heart. No blocks. I'm sorry. Okay. If they had flying double strikes, we didn't die. That's important. That's important to note. They didn't... What happens there if they flying double strike is this is a 16. Right? Or it's an 8-8 with double strike flying. We go to 2. We don't die. They still die. That's a good card. Yeah, the fact that I did not choose to kill that when I had the ants should have, like, there should have been, like, tornado siren going off. A big klaxon is being spun up. Like, the alarms are going off. Like, when I chose not to kill it the first time, you know? Like, you played the removal spell on the second best creature in play. Why would you do this? They did have the right response of, like, they could have held up their kill spell, is the way that they could have been fine, right? Like, they could have just held up their... Damn, this is what we call a tragedy. We can't keep it. Like, this thing is sweet, it's just not good. Okay, this is fine. I'm gonna get rid of... Eaten Alive? Don't like it, but I think our curve demands it. Because Battlesong Berserker with Perforating Artist, I think our curve demands it. How goes Foundations? Sweet. We are having a blast with a Rakdos deck. We had a very good time with Gruul Overrun previously. We got to play mono white earlier. Just mono white. Like, you know? Alright. So this looks good. Our Heartfire Immolator gets to get in. If they do a trick, we have Stab to make sure this doesn't work. We did just kill our opponent with a 2020 Hydra that wasn't ours. Important that it wasn't ours, it was theirs, and we killed it. Perforating Artist, really good to get this going quick. Perforating Artist gives them the Torment choice, the 3-life land or 3-life non-land or discard. They have to give us a non-land card of some quality or 3. And with our offense we have going on, like, we can keep this moving. They'd probably have to kill the Perforating Artist. I don't think they can let that live. But I don't know what their kill spell looks like, because I'm not putting it in combat, that's for damn sure. I don't have to. Like, all I have to do is attack. Now Perforating Artist is on at end of turn, and that's effectively attacking for 3, or getting cards out of them. We get either Blood Witch or Gruul. I think I want to play the Gruul as the more aggressive line. I'm not leaving up Stab because we have Heartfire Immolator, which is effectively a Stab. I don't want to use it, but we can, and I'd rather use it. Alright, got a 5-drop out of them. They're willing to discard cards. Do we have a Wrath of God? Do we have a Sweeper? Do we have a kill? Do we have a 5-mana Rebuke on the... Yeah! We got 5-mana Rebuke on it. That's why it didn't attack last turn. If you were wondering why this card wasn't attacking, it was because I was reading this as the removal spell in their hand. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on in. We're going to continue to tell them that we have the sack up. Now they're at 8, and we've got the Blood Witch. Any creature that dies drains 1. Okay, that's 3/3. We'll take the 1. Then from here, it's... Do we want to play Berserker? Alright, we're gonna menace this hungry ghoul. So they can double block. What? Alright. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that one. You got me. Sure. Didn't read the room right. Anyway, let's stab this. Prowess, kill. We get 1. We still have this, and we have a thrill to fix up the hand come this, and we have a menacing Berserker. This is when you attack, +1/+0 menace. Probably has to eat their removal spell, which they do not have. Condemn is one of the, like, fairest, I think. Like, I think it's the fairest Sword to Plowshares variant that's still good. Like, if you've played with, the, like, Unwanted sequel or whatever from Duskmourn, that card just doesn't pull enough weight for, it even destroys, so it's not technically a sword, but you know what I mean, where it's like a 1-mana kill for white. Condemn is the one that is like, that card's sweet. That card's still playable. Yeah, the Unwanted remake. That card, like, feels like it should work, and most of the time that card is just not it. I think Lay Down Arms is below the line. That's the, like, Counting Planes? Yeah, especially in Limited, like, you have to be killing something so good. Oust is also, in my mind, below Condemn, but here's the thing about Oust. If you have ever ousted a Mana Dork, if you have ever ousted Noble Hierarch, if you have ever ousted Llanowar Elf, if you have ever ousted Jiraga Tree Speaker, that is the most powerful feeling in the world when you because then 2 turns later, on like turn 3 or 4, they're gonna draw Noble Hierarch. And it's too late. Like, it's already like turn 3. Like, they want to play their 3-drop. They don't want to play this idiot. Ooh, uh-oh, coming out the gates. Hot off the presses, it's Fanatical Firebrand. Yeah, Oust is, like, so strong in that specific world. Alright, we're fine drawing all these lands because we have the Thrill. It forgives a lot of this. Are we getting shocked? We're getting Burst Lightning? Yeah, we're getting... Alright, we got Is It Good... Like, we got Is It Aggression, we got Is It Spell Liker, we got the Beatdown. I'm just gonna pass, and we're gonna go ahead and Thrill at end step. Ooh, okay. What are you grabbing? Micromancer, grab a Burst Lightning? That's really good. If that's a Burst Lightning, give me a Bolt Wave. Search Bolt Wave, and you'll be the most heroic Micromancer in existence. Like, it's gonna be Burst Lightning too, right? But Bolt... This grabs instant or sorcery. It's Burst Lightning. Yeah, Like, that's a 100% play. Let's go ahead and discard this swamp. Okay. We don't have a sack outlet yet. That's a bit of a pain. We lost our sack outlet. I'm going to play this Vengeful Blood Witch, I think, and then try to make some trades. This is awkward, because, like, they have that known Burst Lightning. I think we have to do the Blood Witch. And, like, burn a lot of their cards here, where we get the Firebrand out of them, and then also we get the Burst Light. Well... well... Yar! There ain't no death to fake. You're in one. Like, we're in a... Okay, like a stab. Stab on the Big Fin Bouncer gets that out of our way. I think I still need to play the Blood Witch. And I don't think I want to mess around. I think we want to take this out now. I don't want to give them time to make that better. Something like if I try to do that and they go run away together in response. Okay, so we're going to go fake our own death. They're going to use Firebrand, and then that deals with, like, some of our problems. Like, we've dealt with some of the board. The problem is, like, it's not good. Like, we're not in a good position. They still have too many cards in hand. We don't have a sack outlet for our threatens, and our opponent's at 19. However, here's the plan. This is the plan. This was always the plan. We're gonna invent... We're inventing Coinstar for cheese. Oh my. Are we that? In a pickle? You need to not have those. That... Hoofa, okay. Wait, do you have a fourth? Do you... Oh no, do you have a fourth? I'm gonna play the biggest body here, so that, like, we're in a better position. Delirium Terror. Oh, we're so close! Alright, I believe we can win this next turn. I believe we can do this. Put him at 12. We're gonna win next turn. I have to block. I can't take this hit because if they have this in here, I can't. I have to respect fourth Burst Lightning. We're winning next turn. We're winning next turn on the spot. The game is over. Thank you. We are leaving! Itali, here's your time card. You're gonna get your union dues. It may be involuntary, but by God, you're getting the benefits. They must not have had fourth Burst Lightning. I think if they had fourth Burst Lightning, they win that game. Because they search it, kill my Death Toucher, and attack with the 5/5. And then I don't have the yeah, your employment is involuntary. So is the healthcare. So are the benefits. We're paying you. Alright, this is final match? Are we in final match? We're Rakdos deck in finals? Juggernaut is here for finals? Ooh, Juggernaut is here for finals. Let's go. Oh, that's... I think I saw 2 mulligans out of our opponent. Never great. They are still in it pretty, like, cleanly because we have 4/4/5 and we don't have the mana for that. So, like, their line here is just get us so we're stuck unable to make any plays. Okay. I really want to draw a fourth land. Clearly, with a hand like this, we're very on the fourth land. They're in a fine position. Like, even on the mulligan, this hand is very dead. Ooh, okay. Now, the card that lets them move through this position is +2/+2 to your team. That's the card that wins them. No. Hell yes. Whew. Now we're rocking. We got some magic happening with us right now. It's Goblin Bushwhacker. We are coming in hot. We got damage. That's so good. We're still gonna kind of clean up, like, reasonably. But holy smokes. Okay, let's move on. Let's get this game moving in our favor. Like, love a Goblin Bushwhacker. Also, seeing it in a deck where that works, right? Like, they were able to, like, do real advantage out of Goblin Bushwhacker with a bunch of bodies in play. Fifth land, probably a kill spell for Berserker, and then in for 3. Let's go. Let's go Juggernaut. That was, like, thankfully we've got their board cleared a little bit. Like, we're not under, like, claws up death coming around the corner. We got the Juggernaut. The quick draw Katana. I think that's +2/+0 in first strike. That's quite nice. In for 4 and we're taking it. No blocks. It's only on their turn. Loses the first it on theirs. Let's go Vengeful. In with the Juggernaut. Alright, we'll pass from here. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and kill the Prideful Parent. They get to get in for 2, because this is equipped a little more than that. Alright. Time for the new hires. You might be wondering, Jens, where's that last point? Right there. I think they played that one excellently. I think they had a very strong, like, we had a stumble on a lot of high-end cards. They were able to take advantage and try to get in real smooth. Bushwhacker, real. Juggernaut, real. Yeah, they had exactly what they needed out of a mold of 5, which I'm happy to have, like, a real game out of that, rather than, like, our final being, like, opponent falls over and doesn't do anything because they missed their third land drop forever. Rakdos wins! Rakdos deck wins! This deck, I felt like it was missing Skeleton. I felt like this deck was missing the recursive piece to be able to sack, but I have to say, the age-old combo of, you know, Nantuko Husk-style creature and Threaten still works. that's still real. You know. Have you exclusively gone 7-2? We went 5-3 with Gruul before this. And I had a 3-3 with the Time Stop deck, where I messed up that first game. That one could have gone more than 3-3, but that's where it ended. Other than that, we've had some good ones. Juggernaut wins. All right, let's open some packs and call it a night. Back up above 50. That's nice. We saw Macabre Waltz in one game where, like, we needed to use it to recur a Perforator and a Ghoul. Yo, look at that, that skeleton demon here. This card's sick, by the way. Exile target creature that's put in a graveyard this turn, make a copy of it, except for the nightmare, and then you lose all. You can only have one, like, you lose all the other nightmares. But it doesn't care where the creature came from. If you discarded it, if you milled it, if it died, you get to make a copy of it. So you can play this on 3, and then, like, the threat of, like, anytime any big creature goes to the grave, it's like, oh, hey, play this on 3, and then, I don't know, I'm gonna discard, you know, Velgavoth. Wonder what's happening there. You know, that sort of thing. Looks like we have all the, and a graveyard as well. Offer you can't refuse. This one's cute. This card's powerful. We saw this on the other side of the table. That 6 toughness is huge. That discount is huge. The draw is huge. This art on Blasphemous Edict is incredible. Like, just beautiful. This card's also incredible. But, like, this art on it is really strong. We got the Bloodthirsty Conqueror. This has the combo. There's a common in the set that's whenever you gain life, your opponent loses 1 life, and then you gain a life, and then your opponent loses 1 life, and then you flip, your opponent dies. Armor, we saw this card on the opponent's side, we saw it on our side. This is a good trick. Has some shades of, like, a maul, but also, like, a combat trick. Crystal Barricade. This is hilarious as a sideboard card against a deck that isn't, like, terribly good, but, like, if you know, you have hexproof from this, is funny as hell. We got the Drake. Didn't get to play this in the deck last time. Sphinx of Victor Faction is pretty fun. I think this is the fake one that's, like, kind of interesting, where it's like you face down, you make it, but it's face up, face down. So, when I say deck that doesn't exist, I mean more that, like, this stops a lot of direct burn to the face, which isn't as much how those style of decks function, like the red deck wins style stuff, as much. They still obviously, like, burst lightning to the face, whatever, things like that is real, but more it's that it prevents the non-combat damage to other creatures, so, like, they have a lot of trouble burning things down. So, anyway. Let's finish this up, and then take a look at some cards, and, then we'll move along here. Love these drafts. These were some fun as hell drafts. Refute. We've talked about, this has been something like that we've seen forever, is that like counterspell the card is a card you want to cost at 2.5 mana. Cancel's not good enough, counterspell's too much. So like you get cancel with upside a lot. And this is a fairly common one. There was like the D&D one that had like a loot as a option. Also, some good owls. There's some good birds. We saw that there was that one owl we were playing against earlier. Really cool. Witness protect. Yeah, here it is. Strix Lookout. Witness protection. This thing's quite nice. Couple decks where it's not great against with like 1/1 counter stuff, but like for the most part, like I love the fact that it turns it into legitimate business person. Quick draw Katana. Nothing on your opponent's turn, it's just on your own. You don't even get that +2. But, like, that's still a pretty interesting card. And, like, +2 first strike is effectively unkillable in combat. Like, you're not losing it. You know, one thing I'm noticing with this set, just kind of looking at cards, is there not, like, a Sign in Blood variant in black? Or like, not a sign, or like a Deadly Dispute, or a Village Rites? Now we've got Eaten Alive, we know we got our Buddy, we know our Recursion, but I don't think we have a way of, like, actually drawing up. Maybe a rare. I know we have Fire Arena at rare, that kicks ass. But just thinking about, like, commons for drafting. Love You Think Twice. Card's sweet. Because, like, you got this for card draw as well, and for, like, blue stuff. Arcane Epiphany is very good. We've seen our opponents playing this, and I want to play some of this too. Micromancer does so much because there's a lot of really powerful 1-mana spells, even in, like, draft. Burst Lightning's the one that pulls as much weight as it can, but things like Stab, things like, just like, I don't know, if this could tutor a Giant Growth, I'd probably feel good, you know? Love to see a Braid around. Braid's such a strong card. Adventuring Gears of Fun reprint to see around here. Alright, let's see what we got hanging out here. Painful Quandary. This card saw, I want to say it had its most recent, like a first reprint in Brothers War. And it's like a funny card, but it's not terribly great. You have to, if you're setting up a position where it's good, your opponent is like not doing anything. Swiftbait Vindicator Whips is a card you want to throw anything on. It's kind of funky because a lot of the like cards that target these days, like the Monstrous Rages and Bite of the Meek, are made to pump the Valiant ability rather than pump the creature itself. But this is still something that like represents like a thing that you throw on and it goes, oh hell, you know, like combat is going straight to hell very quickly. Runescarred Demon, sweet reprint, fun reanimation target for like Unburial Rites, and we have an Unburial Rites in Standard, though like I think Atraxa existing kind of overwhelms all the reanimation targets. Detutor on a Body is still really good. Thank you. What's this Kai card do? 3/4 flyer, whenever you cast on a creature spell, blink a creature you control, return it next end step, 1/1 flyer. Ooh, this one's real good. The blink has protection or reusing abilities. It's a slow blink too, so it dodges like a sweeper. And or like if you don't have anything used with that on your prowess, you get a 1/1 flyer and you already have a 3/4 flyer. That's powerful stuff. We got to play with High Society Hunter in the previous draft, and this card's wild. It doesn't care where the creature that dies is. It's on either side. This is one of those things I was talking about earlier, where like you make mental shortcuts with cards because they have similar abilities. We don't have one of our Blood Artists around here, but that Blood Artist says you control when a creature you control dies. This one doesn't, and so like there's these little things you got to keep track of between cards that aren't always the same as what you would expect. Reprint a Genesis Wave. This card is a good like classics of big mana Just put your deck into play. I don't care. Like, whatever. X equals a billion. Let's go. Flump. Giada here. Really powerful, with some specific support that I think we have pieces for. The Inspiring Overseer, the one that's a 2/1 angel that draws a card, is the one I think of the most with this. That you get to play, draw a card as a 3/2, ramp into. Really unique because, like, it's like, white cards with ramp like this are few and far between. But it has a lot of the pieces that that new Capenna Angel decks had, so something to keep in mind. Hey, Niv. This is what, Niv 5? Ravnica War? No, Niv 6. Ravnica War, and then we had the most recent one that was the other 5-color Niv. Not the one that draws you 10 cards or whatever, but the other one in Murders. Yeah. Niv going infinite with Niv is really funny. I think that's correct. I think that Niv should go infinite with Niv. Because who else is going to go infinite with Niv other than Niv? Let's open that last one.
If life can thrive here, it can thrive anywhere.
Hey, Vivian. I was kind of down talking about Vivian and when we were talking about Planeswalkers yesterday, but I still think that Vivian's a pretty, like, solid middle of the road, like card that does some good work for you. Like, just plus for advantage is a fine thing to do, and having like 6 loyalty is pretty huge. So yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for now. Thank you all for joining. Hope you had a fun time with drafting. I know I did. I really enjoyed both of the decks we played today, and I hope you got to have a fun time with them as well. If you want to catch more, you always follow. See when you're live. 7 Central on weekdays is the usual, but some days are slightly different. Mondays are a little earlier. I should check if I've updated the schedule. I think I have, but you know, but I'll double check that. But yeah, follow, subscribe, just hang out. Thank you for folks who did raid, subscribe, everything like that today. But if you're just here having a good time, A+ could not ask for more. Very happy to have you here. Always happy to have you here asking things, pointing things out, hooting about plays. Always happy to answer questions about things or why I'm doing stuff. I always try to, it's something I try to be active on the mental process about why I'm making decisions. And so, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.